Happy Sunday fun day, and welcome everyone to No One Daily Bitcoin Pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as Trump's trade war pressures crypto markets as April 2nd tariffs loom. Also breaking news, public mining giant Marathon Digital to sell $2 billion worth of stock to buy more Bitcoin. Get ready. Also, Michael Saylor posts the Saylor tracker, so most likely going to make like $1 billion announcement tomorrow of acquiring more Bitcoin. Let's get it. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin spot ETFs, the 197 million net inflows as quarter one closes. I think tomorrow is the final day of the month. Also, Elon's sale of X to XAI just made fraud lawsuit a lot spicier. We'll also be discussing the Tuah case against the SEC is officially dismissed as it is perfectly legal to launch your own meme coins, rug investors, etc. We'll also be discussing crypto investment firm Galaxy Digital settles with New York Attorney General for $200 million over the Luna allegations. We'll be welcoming Novogratz to the crypto wall of shame. Also, big news coming in. Saylor, $500 trillion prediction. That's right. He's predicting a $500 trillion market cap in a recent interview. And he also says very bullish theory here. He says if America buys Bitcoin, its allies and enemies will have to buy the Bitcoin back at 10 million, 20 million, or even 50 million a coin. He says this is the modern digital gold rush. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this plus so much motherfucking more here in today's stream. Welcome everyone to the show. What it do? Shout out everyone in that live chat. Rock Mama, welcome back. We've been missing you. Shout out Serge, DNA Noonan, East Afro King, and the rest of our moderators. Chandy 10 Music, the one and only. Let her rip, Tater Chip. Jason Buck in the building. We got Chris and the rest of the fam. Happy Sunday fun day. I'm going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. It's a try stream as always. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. The stream is officially pinned at the top of my X profile. You know how I do it every day. That way, it's easy for you to find. All you got to do is go to my X account. You're going to notice, the New York jersey today with the white cap. That's today's live stream live right now. Try streaming. If you guys can comment and quote the live stream, we can repost those comments and quotes, hack the algorithm, and ultimately take over the world as the Pretty Little Bitty continues doing what it does best. Going up forever, Laura. Good to see you, Steve. Palm Beach in the house. I appreciate you letting me know where you're tuned in from. The stream is live and interactive. I'm JV streaming live from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Shout out Sergio. Appreciate the repost, brother. Shout out Golden Aurora. Welcome, family. And the rest of the fam. I'll be checking the X feed throughout the entire stream. And make some noise. Shout out East Afro King. Appreciate you, brother. Let me know if you guys saw that Saylor talk discussing our enemies will be purchasing back Bitcoin for as much as 50 million per coin, also projecting the Bitcoin market cap to soar to 500 trillion, which would ultimately mean one out of every $2 in the world would be in Bitcoin, because I believe the total addressable market is like maybe close to 900 trillion ballpark. So that'd be pretty wild. Apex Predator doing what it does best. I'm up to 34 subs. Congrats, DNA. You got this. Keep chugging along. I can tell you from firsthand experience, one of the most difficult things is building a YouTube channel from scratch. I know, because I started 8 years ago, and I've been shadow banned. I've been terminated under false pretenses year after year. It almost feels impossible to build. I just pray in 20 years I'm not still stuck at 75,000 subs or wherever we're at. So welcome to the club. Hope the USA buys that biddy pretty quick. I know. Game theory in full effect. Other countries, are having strategic conversations about adding Bitcoin strategic reserves or treasury assets to their country or government. It's already began. So the race is on. Like Donkey Kong, as they say.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life, but Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Welcome everyone again. Happy Sunday, fun day. JV here. I'm going to be preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi for the next couple of hours. Nippinators in the background. You got to spot them. Can you spot them? Hot day here in Puerto Rico. Beautiful weather. It was a little rainy earlier, which is typical, but sunshine right now. Anticipating some rainbows out here. The bitty rainbow, that is. Good to see everyone joining us. Shout out Lizard Folk. Shout out Greg, 45 degrees out there. Now that's freezing to me. It's probably 90 degrees here in Puerto Rico, so I cannot complain. Got my ginger drink, just had my second espresso. I got my alkaline 9.5 pH water. I'm ready to rumble. Game on, Rambo style. My mama passed? Oh no. So sorry to hear that. That's very sad, Rock Mama. This gong strike is for your mama. Our condolences and sending you lots of positive vibes, love, and light. This gong strike is for you. And there's a little moment of silence. 80 yesterday, 45 womp there in New York. I take it, brother. Shout out Crypto Surge. East Afro says my condolences. Yeah, there's nothing more difficult than dealing with the lost one of a parent. I know from firsthand experience with my papa. I know Shandy can relate as well, with her papa. Shout out to the Nippinator. He's the greatest. The new chairman of the SEC will not disappoint. Mark my words. And again, if you guys are joining us, this is a tri-stream, live and in the flesh. Church is in session. I will be preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi for the next couple of hours, and things are going to heat up and get a little spicy. Heart is now on your heart. Rock Mama, we love you. So sorry if you need to talk, you know where to find me. I love you all so much. Right back at you. Shout out to the entire CNA fam holding it down here. Shout out James Smith. And please don't be a stranger. Let us know where you're tuned in from. There's a live and interactive stream, as you guys already know. Shout out Mexica Hodl. Keep the comments and condolences coming in. I'm going to check the X feed one more time, and we'll kick this show off.
Oh, bring me up, bitty glow. Prize discovery, yeah, let it show. Bang, 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 like a B-52, we built a bitty.
Stacked revolutionary love shack.
Move stacking sats like it's Max and Stacy. Stacking sats cause tax is crazy. I'm stacking sats cause the IMF hates me. Stacking sats cause the haters don't faze me. No Diddy, no Jay-Z. Stacking the bitty like it's Nipsey and JV. Stacking the bitty like it's paper and Chandy. Stacking
the bitty like it's paper and Chandy. And for those that don't know, paper is Chandy's doggy. And we got the Nippinator. So shout out to all the Bitcoin dogs holding it down. And of course, we can't forget about the Rooster Dragon, the legendary Bitcoin hero himself. Michael Saylor has nothing on the Bitcoin Rooster Dragon. Would like to holler at you when the show's over. It depends what you're trying to holler at me about. If you're hollering about me about some meme coin to promote on my show, don't waste your time. You guys don't understand. I must get at least minimal 12 people reach out to me every day with the same spiel, right? Typically it's on Telegram or email, and it'll be a beautiful girl that it's not them, because beautiful girls are obviously they're on OnlyFans. They're not shilling meme coins, but it's always some scammer, probably in a different country, pretending to be a hot, beautiful chick. 10 out of 10 times. I don't even entertain it anymore. So if that's the intent, don't bother. If you have something you want to share with me, bring it up in front of our entire CNA fam. I don't really have time to even private message people after my work. I'm a full-time father. My daughter's downstairs, living her best life. I got the Nippinator. So, I got a busy schedule. But I appreciate you reaching out. But I'm not interested in entertaining offers. I am flattered. Is what it is. Much love, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Happy Sunday, fun day. Without further ado, if you're new to the channel, important to smash the likes, go ahead, subscribe, then ring the bell. Turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, 7 days a week, including Sundays, just like this. Church is in session. I will be preaching the Holy Gospel of Satoshi for the next couple of hours on the live stream. Today is pod episode 1948. I'm your host, JV. It's March 30th, 2025. Only one more day left until the close of quarter one. And let me know if Bitcoin lived up to his expectations or was disappointing. Currently, the all-time high is in at 1093, which was achieved inauguration day. But let's kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. As you can see on your screen, Bitcoin correcting and in the red, trading just shy of 83,000. Most of the alts correcting and in the red, barely anything in the green. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, which I just accidentally closed the window. So let me reopen the tab. Here we go. So we're currently sitting at a 2.68 trillion market cap for all of crypto. Bitcoin market cap down to 1.638 trillion. We got 50 billion worth of volume at the past 24 hours, and the Bitcoin dominance is currently 61.4%, with the Ether dominance all the way down to 8.2%. I believe that's the lowest we have seen it in years. ETH is yet to recover to its all-time high from the previous cycle peak, which was back in, I believe that was November of 2021. It topped out at around 4,500, and it's struggling to even maintain above 2,000. Not a good look for Ether, and hence a lot of the ERC20 tokens following in Ether's footsteps, not doing so well this cycle. And checking out top 100 crypto gainers past 24 hours. Ironic enough, EOS leading the pack, up 8.5%, trading just shy of 60 cents, followed by 4, up 8%, followed by Toncoin, up just shy of 5%. Which alts are you bullish on for the bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles, we get a visual perspective on the day. Interestingly, I don't know why that is. In CoinMarketCap, it showed a lot of things. In Coin360, let's look back. It shows a lot of the top coins in the red. Well, I guess a lot of the lower cap alts are actually in the green today. I was just confirming it. As you can see on your screen, I'd say 70-30 green over red. Zooming out on the weekly, not a good look. It's like 90% of the market wreck city. And zooming out on the monthly, maybe similar, 90% red over green, with many alts, even including some of the OG coins like Litecoin, down 32% in the past 30 days. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index today, we're at 32 fear, yesterday 26, last week at 30, and last month a 16 in extreme fear. And checking out the time chain calendar. We're currently on block number 890,116, and you can currently exchange one fiat monopoly tulip bulb mania dollar fiat for 1,211 sats. Pick up the sats, put down the gats, pick up some Bitcoin caps from my man Sergio over at bitcoincaps.net, and give it up for the one and only Nipinator. Chandy says, Jesus is saying, I love you. I am saying, I love Jesus. Amen. Can I get a Jesus? Can I get a hallelujah? Denmark on the toes. We don't want to sell Greenland. Do they want you to sell Greenland? Is that what's going on? So much great bitty news. Hope everyone is buying that dip. BTFD. Buying opportunity. Over 500 people on the stream. So again, shout out everyone tuning in here. We greatly appreciate the support. Pullbacks are healthy, says Robert O'Connor. That's a fact, Jack. In fact, that's a black Jack stacking the sats. Shout out Ghost. A reminder, we're all Satoshi. Shout out Satoshi, the one and only. And James LC, appreciate it. Again, all comments and quotes of the live stream on X will get reposted and shouted out in real time. So I just hit you guys up. Reposted. I appreciate the detailed breakdown. Since Pandora, I have a quick question. I have USDC in my wallet along with a seed phrase. I'm going to assume you're a scammer because nobody in their right mind would share their seed phrase. Be careful of those scams, fam, where people allegedly share their seed phrase and then they're going to try to reverse hack you some way, somehow. It's best to just distance yourself from those types of things. Shout out Bring Facts, beautiful views here. He put floating down the river with my Bitcoin wallet, watching the crypto news alerts. What could possibly go wrong? Oh no, don't drop the wallet. Don't drop the wallet. You'll never see it again. There's gators. down yonder, or sharks. They'll eat those biddies up like it ain't no thing, but a chicky wing. Thank you, guys. Boom, I bought a Bitcoin. That's right. Shout out D, appreciate it as well. And a reminder, pass on the booze. Get high on the biddies. Biddies over booze. Or as I once said in one of my lyrics on one of our collaborations, Shandy, Bitcoin over Hennessy. Bitcoin for the Kennedys. Bitcoin for the Treasury. How do you like those apples? And shout out to the Giga Chat if you haven't figured it out, our feature story is going to be discussing this man right here and his most bullish price trajectories, with Bitcoin hitting 500 trillion as a market cap, 50 million Bitcoin price prediction as well. We'll get into that here in a little bit. Again, welcome everyone joining us. Beautiful day. I hate to sound bearish, but all this recession talk may bring Bitcoin down to 60,000, but then we go parabolic. Yeah, the bigger the crash, the brighter the whiplash, for lack of a better rhyme. You know what I mean? So strap in. Bring it. I welcome the volatility. I don't mind. I don't lose any sleep. Hypothetically, Bitcoin can crash to 2,000 tomorrow. I don't care. If it did, not that it would, but if it did, it's just going to come back with a vengeance and hit 2.2 million 48 hours later, I dare say. So who cares? I welcome the extreme volatility. It's kind of like one of those inflated beach balls. The more you try to drag it under the water, use all your strength, brute force, that mofo goes where no man or rocket has gone before. Of course, the moon. And of course, make sure you guys are following Shandy10, her X account, as well as on YouTube. She creates #1 Bitcoin music, and hence we always play her music here on the stream. So show her some love. Thunderstorms in Mobile, Alabama. It's cool actually today. I should say a little cooler than normal. So maybe it's, whatever's going on in the weather. I want 50,000 to add the sats. That's what's up, brother. Anyone looking for a buying opportunity is praying the price goes down. That's just a fact. What's up with my underground city beneath the pyramids? Think they're mining Bitcoin? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe they're time travelers, right? They come from the future, and now we're just figuring it out. Ironic enough. JV, 2.2 million incoming. I'll strike the gong to that. Gong, a gong, gong. And Bitcoin broskies, happy 420. Hit the bong, a bong, bong. Cheers, fam. Shout out Shako Gibson, Shako. What it do? Exactly. See, Debo right here said he's dreaming of a $2,000 biddy. My dreams came true. When I entered the biddy in 2017, it was less than $2,000. So my very first purchases were all less than $2,000. It was like $1,500 back then. This is going in 2017. And by the end of that year, we shot all the way up by Christmas time. It was close to 20,000. Let me know if you guys were around back then. Happy 420, E-Generate. Actually did fall in, though. Oh, snap. Ringfax lost his wallet. Oh, no. What are we going to do? Sorry. Tax that. You got to start over again like the rest of us. Shout out Erico. Happy Sunday fun day. Good to have you on the stream, broski. Bada boom, I bought a Bitcoin. But anyways, let's kick it next with our TA, a.k.a. astrology for the broskies, and we'll pull up the live charts as well. Trump's trade war pressures crypto markets as April 2nd tariffs loom. I have a question. If Biden would have remained president and we still had Gary Gensler as the chairman of the SEC and he didn't get replaced by the Nippinator, how do you think the crypto markets would be reacting right now? Let me know. I'm just curious. Okay. Concerns over a global trade war continue to pressure traditional and crypto markets as investors brace yourself, fool, for a potential tariff announcement from President Trump April 2nd. And let me think, that's in 3 more days. So that would be this Wednesday on Hump Day. Trump first announced import tariffs on Chinese goods January 20th, the day of his inauguration. And ironic enough, that was the day the pretty-low biddy hit the current all-time high of 109.3. Global tariff fears have led to heightened inflation concerns, limiting appetite for the risk assets amongst the investors. Bitcoin has fallen 18%, and the S&P has fallen more than 7% in the 2 months following the initial tariff announcement. And going forward, April 2nd is drawing increased attention to the potential flashpoint for fresh U.S. tariff announcements. And here you can see the one-day chart, and I'll be pulling up the live charts here shortly. Investor sentiment took another hit on March 29th after Trump pressed his senior advisors to take a more aggressive stance on import tariffs, which may be seen as a potential escalation of the trade war. According to the Washington Post, the April 2nd announcement is expected to detail reciprocal trade tariffs targeting top U.S. trading partners. The measures aim to reduce the country's estimated $1.2 trillion goods trade deficit and boost domestic manufacturing. Despite mounting uncertainty, large Bitcoin hodlers, which we know as the whales, with between 1,000 and 10,000 of the biddy, have continued to accumulate. We all know they're the smart money. Now, addresses in this category have remained steady since the beginning of 2025, from 1,956 addresses on January 1st to over 1,990 addresses March 27th, still below the previous cycle peak of 2,370 addresses as far as whales are concerned, recorded in February in 2024, as per Glassnode data. And quoting Nexo analysts here, risk appetite remains muted amid tariff threats from President Trump and ongoing macro uncertainty. Still, Bitcoin accumulation by the whales and a 10-day ETF inflow streak point to steady institutional demand, but hawkish surprises from inflation or trade may keep range bound into April. And next up, we'll be covering all the latest with the ETF inflows for the quarter one, as we're about to put a bow on that. And also in breaking news, this is big news that came in yesterday. Public mining giant Marathon to sell $2 billion worth of stock to buy more Bitcoin. So expect a $2 billion incoming purchase of the biddy from Marathon Digital, the largest Bitcoin miner, as I wrote here. $2 billion biddy purchase incoming. Let's frickin' go. And also, Mike Novogratz officially earned his spot in the Crypto Scammer Hall of Fame right next to FTX and Three Arrows Capital. His role in the $60 billion Terra Luna pump and dump is unforgettable. And yes, he has got the tattoo to prove it. I mean, it's right here on the arm. I mean, Jesus. New York Attorney General Letitia James, everyone's least favorite attorney general, has secured a $200 million settlement from Galaxy Digital over its involvement in the 2022 Terra Luna collapse. And according to the AG, Galaxy promoted, I want you to really pay attention here because this is what shitcoiners do. According to the Attorney General, Galaxy promoted Luna publicly while secretly dumping its own holdings, accelerating the crash and misleading investors. Typical. The firm allegedly violated New York's Martin Act, one of the most powerful anti-fraud laws in the U.S., giving the Attorney General sweeping authority to go after securities fraud, both civil and criminal, and talk about digging your own grave. I mean, he literally has the scam token he was dumping as he was pumping on his arm. That's what scam coiners do. They typically promote their shit coin as they're selling it, and you don't know that. They're probably trading it for Bitcoin, the apex predator, and then everyone gets rugged and billions of dollars get wiped out in the market. And you can thank gentlemen like this, Mike Novogratz, whatever. But there you have it, Biddy fam. And now let's pull up some of the live charts, as I promised, and we'll dive a little deeper into that a little later in the stream as well. But pulling up the live chart via TradingView, via Coinbase, this is the 10-minute chart. There is a rising wedge formation, a couple of bear targets on the radar, one at 81.3 and another one at 80,940. And let's work our way backwards. Let's check out the 1 hour chart. Again, live and in the flesh right now, fam-a-lam. We do have a bear target sitting at 79 G's, baby. And zooming out from there, from the 1 hour, we'll take a look at the 4 hour. The 4 hour chart has a rising wedge formation. We do have two bull targets on the screen, one at 113.7, and then we have another one at 105.471. We also have a bear scenario sitting at 79.370. Let me know if you feel will likely fill the lower target or the upper range targets heading into April, right around the corner. Holla at your boy. And checking out the daily, live daily chart via TradingView, via Coinbase, rising wedge. We also have a couple of bull targets, one in the red at just shy of 113, and we have one at 113.7. Then a couple of the bear targets, one at 68,699, ultimately just shy of 69. And then we have another one at 49. And zooming out from the daily, taking a look at the weekly chart. As you can see here, we still have the sexy cup and handle target on your screen at 124. We do get a candle close for the week in approximately, I'd say 90 minutes at around 6 p.m. So I'll stick around until we get that weekly close. Thus far, it's going to close in the red unless we have a big turnaround, start pumping during the live stream. And zooming out from the weekly, taking a quick look at a monthly. And tomorrow we will also get a monthly close. And unfortunately, thus far, it's going to close in the red, which would mean back-to-back red candle closes on the monthly chart. which increases our chances of a big pump in April heading into Q2. But you guys, let me know your thoughts. And once again, I'll read your comments out loud. And again, welcome everyone joining the live stream. I'm ignoring the noise, says VZ. Welcome, fam. Yeah, and where is Do Kwon? Oh, extradited from Montenegro back in January. The true criminal, drug trafficker, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. 79 and a Labaton like a dog watching a steak fall on the floor. It's a normal cycle and we are supposed to be up now, but Wall Street is involved. Jay Coleman, exactly. That's what I have been doing this whole past 3 months, buying up the CME gap of 70 and 80 G's. It is so sexy, says Rock Mama. Love you guys. Back on the road. Safe travel and fam-a-lam. Love you guys. Catch the next show. Again, safe travels, family. Appreciate you tuned in. We still have a lot to share. We're just getting started this fine Sunday afternoon. Hey, JV, watch from Cornwall, England. Shout out Fairground. Welcome to the live stream. I'm going to check the X feed again, fam. And another reminder, all comments and quotes of the live stream will get reposted and shouted out. And I'll encourage our entire CNA fam to repost your comment and quote as well, because we're the Biddy Army. And here we are. Roger that. Let's go biddies. Shout out Fairground. Keeping it fair.
BTC like caffeine in my canteen. Life is a game of chess that makes biddies the damn queen. Stacking BTC till they cancel me and I can't stream. Like Biggie, it was all a dream. Now the biddy has set me free.
Going, let's biddy up, babe. Bang, bang on the door.
Bang, bang. Like the B-52. We built a stacked revolutionary love shack. Precisely. And quick heads up, family. I know most of you guys know, but I like to remind those who are new. I do have a secondary X account. It's called Bitcoin News Alerts, for short, BTC News Alerts. Oh my God, 610 impressions on my post. I don't know what that means. Unlock analytics. Maybe I've never looked at analytics in this secondary account. And long story short, you cannot verify a secondary account. So I don't know why it even asks. I've attempted. It doesn't allow you to do so. But long story short, I have 268 followers on my BTC News Alerts account. This serves as a backup and also additional leverage to repost your guys' comments and quotes. So that's what I'm going to do right now. And I encourage you guys, to follow that account if you're not already following it, just in case something were to happen to the primary account, which is Crypto News Yes. And I thank you guys in advance for that. So thank you.
Baby, never let it fade. Hollow house strong. Yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold them.
Yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I've always been a rapper,
Honky cracker,
but now I'm a pastor,
Bitcoin stacker.
Now I'm a master of the
Bitcoin standard.
Hit 'em up faster than the
Bitcoin panda.
You can't touch me
With your shitcoin flow. Like, do you even Bitcoin, bro? Let me know. Welcome to the Bitcoin show. Now listen up closely, low-key, stacking BTC like Satoshis in El Salvador with my Bitcoin broskies.
Raising up the video
Like Gohan,
living in a
hollow house, we're not the pawns.
Going,
Let's biddy up, babe.
Bang, bang on the door, baby, never let it fade.
Powerful quote by the high priest right there that just popped on the timeline. Obviously, earlier, Saylor posted that. Thou shalt not sell thy Bitcoin. Facts. And Max reminds us that Bitcoin is God. Another one of my favorite quotes from Max is Bitcoin is God hacking humanity. Can I get an amen? And I thank God every day for the biddy. Shout out Serge. Appreciate you, broski. Just reposted you. Thank you for reposting. Chandies or comment and quoting. We live, family. That's right. We're just getting started. Shout out Colorado Crypto Nut. Appreciate it, brother. Just hit you with that repost. Let's go. And I'll be monitoring the X feed throughout the entire stream. Saylor's buying tomorrow. Yes, he posted the Saylor tracker and like clockwork. Every time he posts that on a Sunday, Monday, he makes the announcement. And of course, he's loving these prices. And we'll dive into that in a little bit. Already over 800 people on the stream. I love Sundays because it's usually our largest audience. And maybe I credit that to the fact most people are lazy on Sundays and don't like to work. But I'm doing God's work. God's work is done every day, 7 days a week, right? We don't take off. Why would we? Unless it's just impossible to stream, which sometimes happens. I took some of my XRP, bought another 1,000. Now I'm almost at 1.1 Bitcoin. Go ahead and market maker, drop it again, and I'll buy another 3,000 of the biddy. We have oversold signal on the weekly, stochastics on the biddy. Jay Coleman gets amen. Can I get an amen? Yeah, man. But anyways, fam, keep the comments flowing. Let's continue with the news. We'll discuss some of these ETF inflows for the first quarter, which were very modest, but at least we closed the ETFs thus far for the month in the green, or in the black, as they say, versus in the red. But next story, headline here reads, Bitcoin spot ETFs see 197 million of net inflows as quarter one closes. That's right. By their lofty standards, U.S. Bitcoin ETFs produced a moderately positive performance last week, attracting about 200 million of net inflows. This development comes amid an impressive market comeback over the past 2 weeks following the heavy withdrawals, which we call as the outflows. And according to the data from the ETF tracking site Value, the Bitcoin ETFs registered a total net outflow of 93 million on Friday, moving its aggregate net flows for the past week to just shy of 197 million. And prior to Friday's negative input, these funds recorded a positive flow for 10 consecutive trading days, suggesting a high amount of favorable market interest. This development indicates a return of bullish sentiments amongst Bitcoin institutional investors following the bearish mood seen in February and early March, which featured massive asset withdrawals. And in a similar fashion, BlackRock's iBit accounted for the majority of the inflows from last week, attracting 172 million worth of investments, followed by Fidelity's FBTZ with 87 million. And then we had Van Ex HODL was the only other ETF with a positive flow of a modest 5 million in new deposits. But on the other hand, a large percentage of withdrawals came from ARK, as well as Wisdom Tree, Invesco, Bitwise, etc. And of course, Grayscale always with the outflows. So thus far, with quarter two of 2025 fast approaching in a couple of days, the Bitcoin spot ETFs conclude their first quarter of the year on an uncertain note. The year began with a strong bullish momentum, driving $5.25 billion worth of net inflows during January. However, this was followed by the sharp reversal with a cumulative net liquidation of $4.25 billion across February and March. So we rised $5.25 billion, and then we lost $4.25 billion. Still a positive billion net inflow. Notably, the resurgence of the positive inflow seen in the latter half of March is a sign of renewed market interest and a strong market confidence. Furthermore, the crypto-friendly stance being adopted by Trump admin could encourage the institutional investment in the long run. Yeah, I'd say. And however, macroeconomic factors, including potential Fed rate hikes and the ongoing U.S. tariff changes, may force investors to move out of the high-risk assets or other associated investments. And in addition, the uncertainty over the current Bitcoin bull also draws serious concerns. So there you have it. And if you don't know, now you know. And again, welcome everyone join the live stream. What it do? Coleman says, I can tell people don't like to work on Sundays. Nobody is clicking the like. I know. It's free to do so. If you're not going to like the stream for me, do it for the Nippinator and his big old gonads. Live it in the flesh, in your face while I'm streaming. I mean, he's in his rare form right now. You just don't see that posture every day, doing his yoga in his bed. Only 49 likes. I'm offended. I mean, that's on YouTube, of course. On X, the majority of our audience is on X. We have roughly 750 people on X right now. But on YouTube, it's a struggle to get a like. I don't understand it either. I don't know what to think of that. Maybe, I don't know. You guys tell me what's going on here. Yeah, Nippinator's living his best life. You know what I mean? You know how Max Kaiser says you got to sun your balls? Well, indicator the nip. That's right. Nippinator indicator. Whoa, 20 acres? That amount of mining could be done there. Are you doing some mining, Shortcoin? Shout out Bitalica. It's not too late. That's right. We're just getting started, broski. Just hit you with a repost. The repost on the repost. Shout out Shandy. Always reposting. BTC News Alerts, a.k.a. Crypto News Yes, is live with the best daily Bitcoin pod. Thank you so much. You're the greatest. The bestest, I should say. You guys keep the comments flowing. Where are we up to? 16 reposts. Not too shabby. 18 hearts, 16 reposts. So on X, we're doing fantastic. Now, if you guys can support us with that same veracity, right, over on YouTube, we can get some love over there and continue to grow. And of course, as a try stream, we're also live on Rumble. We're live on Rumble, X, and the Tube. That was a guy named Dr. Jack, that told Kaiser to sun his balls. Well, I have the book of Max. That's one of my favorite chapters. Go shine your balls, sun your balls. You got to do what you got to do. Vitamin D, brothers. You don't want to get the big C with the prostate. How do you keep the prostate strong? You sun the balls. You pull a nip. Just make sure you're in the sun. Simple. Nipinator sending a message to all of the broskies right now. Reminder to sun the balls. It don't cost nothing. Sunshine is free, last I checked, and don't you dare put sunscreen on your balls. It causes the big C, right? Do not trust the sunscreen unless it's purely organic. I dare say just go straight in the sun. Pure vitamin D3 on the gonads. Nipinator style. And then tag Nipinator when you post it as your proof of work. Now go home and get your shine box, Larry. Just gave a like on the tube. Thank you, Steve. It does help out tremendously. I know the majority of our audience nowadays is on X, but if you guys can support us on YouTube, it'd mean a lot, obviously. Because as far as monetization, my X account, I make like $13, so it's practically zero. And then it creates me a liability because they have the nerve to send me a 1099, which is inaccurate, which is wrong, and then they refuse to fix it. Sorry, we can't fix it. Well, if I can go back in time, I would have never turned on monetization on X. It's not worth the $13 a week to get the wrong 1099 to create the tax liability and trying to, you know what I mean? No respect. Rest in peace, Rodney Dangerfield. We were meant to be in the sun. Exactly. We're sun beings. So easy with the sunscreen, family. I keep my prostate strong by having someone kick my nuts like those monks. Shaolin. If what they say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang can be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword style can defeat me? On guard. I'll let you try my Wu-Tang style. And just like that, vitamin D from the sun is good. It's fantastic, I dare say. Fantastical. Let's go. Shout out Fairground. It's fantastical for the testicles. How you like those apples? Those are some bars. We might have to put that in one of our raps. It's fantastical for the testicles. Doesn't even rhyme precisely, but it has a certain ring to it. It's probably never been said before. We have our own slang. The Bitcoin slang. 2024 dragons. We don't slay dragons. We're dragons that slay. Yeah, exactly. Shout out Watts Minor and the rest of the fan. Keep the cons flowing and take another sip of the ginger. It puts fire in the belly, as they say.
Hard on how strong, yeah, we built it this way. No one to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding.
I live in Canada, so I have to supplement the vitamin D this time of the year. It's all good. Here's the reality check. Everyone should be taking a vitamin D supplement. Because unless you're sunbathing naked in the sun every day, you're not going to get enough sun to have the proper amount of vitamin D. My understanding is like 99% of humans are vitamin D deficient, which causes a lot of health issues, including a weak immune system. So if you want a strong immune system, step up your vitamin D game and smash the likes for the Nipinator. Simple as that. I'm going to Mexico City on Monday. Safe travels, brother. I'm bringing that vitamin D. Excelente. Yeah, my favorite vitamin D is the one mixed with the K2 liquid drops. Put it right under the tongue. You know what I mean? Chandy 10, yeah, can't figure it out. Should be getting more likes, JV. Works nonstop. Right. I'm probably the only YouTube channel that don't take a break. 100% JV. All right, let's continue, family. Next story of the day. We have a lot to share. Not exactly crypto related, but a big story nonetheless. And there really wasn't a lot of crypto related good stories to cherry pick today, so I included this headline. Elon Musk's sale of X to XAI just made fraud lawsuit a lot spicier, like a jalapeno. Billionaire investor, the richest man in the world on paper, Elon, has sold his social media platform X to his AI startup XAI, sparking controversy as it coincides with a U.S. judge rejecting his bid to dismiss a lawsuit tied to the social media platform. The transfer of ownership of X to XAI, March 28th, means that the class action lawsuit against Musk, accusing him of defrauding former Twitter shareholders by delaying the disclosure of his initial investment into the social media platform, has become a whole lot spicier. That's right. On the same day that Musk said XAI has acquired X and all of the stock transaction, a U.S. judge reportedly rejected Elon's attempt to dismiss the lawsuit. Now, Cochran said it has opened up his AI entity to exposure here too, and it is a much bigger pie. Elon said the deal values XAI at $80 billion and X at $33 billion, factoring in $12 billion in debt from the $45 billion valuation. He originally bought X, formerly known as Twitter, for $44 billion back in April of 2022. Elon says XAI and X's future are intertwined. Today, we officially take the step to combine the data, models, compute, distribution, and talent. Now, this combination will unlock immense potential by blending XAI's advanced AI capability and expertise with X's massive reach. And I'm curious, by a show of hands, how many of you are using Grok or Grok? I don't even know how to pronounce it. But I looked in the App Store on Apple earlier, and the #1 downloaded app in the world is X, and #2 is Grok, believe it or not. He says this will allow us to build a platform that doesn't just reflect the world, but actively accelerates human progress. Now, I don't know. I'm a little sus with anything that happens in our world on the world stage, but I digress. Cochran claimed that Musk used his pumped up XAI stock to pay multiple times over the value for X, but still takes an $11 billion loss on the transaction. He said Elon is screwing over XAI's investors and X investors and was executed to sell user data to XAI. XAI is best known for its AI chatbot Grok, which is built into the X platform. Can someone tell me how I'm supposed to pronounce that? And what does it even mean? What is a Grok or Grok? Can someone enlighten me? When Elon released it in November of 2023, he claimed it could outperform OpenAI's first iteration of ChatGPT and several academic tests. And also, I'm curious, Chandy, being you're the AI expert, in comparison, Grok versus ChatXPT, what is superior in your humble opinion? Let me know. Now, Elon explained at the time that the motivation behind building Grok was to create AI tools equipped to assist humanity by empowering research and innovation. And while Cochran said that Grok's valuation at $80 billion is an insanely dumb valuation, crypto developer Keith disagrees. He says this is shady all around, but given the day, Grok is genuinely probably the top model for various tasks. And if you don't know, now you know. Let me know your thoughts with that and that acquisition and the XAI trading X and who knows what type of shenanigans are going on here. Chat tells me the truth. Grok doesn't. Not surprised. So when you say chat, you're talking about ChatGPT, just to make sure I'm accurate there. Must be a tax write-off. Exactly. Figuring out how to not pay taxes on the transaction or something like that. Again, wealthy people pay so minimal in taxes, it's not even funny. I dare say they pay zero in taxes. They get tax credits at the end of the year. My understanding. I know a couple of billionaires in my personal life, and they don't pay a dime in taxes. They get tax credits, like hundreds of millions in tax credits somehow, right? They know how to play the game, I guess. And I would assume Elon, Trump, obvious. They're not stupid. ChatGPT doesn't like Elon for some reason, but I do. Well, they're enemies. They have competing platforms. But I'm open to new things shared with me. My new video's going down. I trust Trump. I just know ChatGPT says weird things. Grok does the bullshit. Fair play. All the way up to the roof, the mountaintop. Diddy getting a lot of vitamin D? No, Diddy. Yeah, he's definitely getting that vitamin D. Sam Bankman-Fried as well. He says Diddy is a very friendly guy. Never met a nicer man. And he just got moved to a different facility, FYI. ChatGPT, when it knows you, will begin to tell you what you truly knows sounds truthful. Religion empowers a world, an Arkansas ground, but Grok just doesn't do stuff like that. So you're ultimately saying ChatGPT is superior. Let me know if that's accurate. Evening, Biddy family. Shout out Riggy Norwood. And next up, we'll be talking about the Hawk Tuah girl. Spit on that thing. FSB, exactly, precisely, all the way to the roof. And we are in the green, but barely. Thank you, Metal Code. Your username reminds me of Metal Gear Solid, a video game I used to play when I was a kid. G's up, hose down, rolling down the street, stacking bitties, stacking little BTC, laid back with my mind on my biddy and my biddy on my mind. I just made up that remix, from the G's up. So thank you, Metal Code. Maybe you got a new remix, a new hit single. Let's go, JV. Cheers, Fairground. And again, welcome to the entire Biddy fam holding it down. I'll go ahead and repost everyone. If you guys haven't commented or quoted the stream, it's not too late to do so. And you can do it multiple times over. You guys can repost Metal Code's post. You guys can repost, comment, quote, Chandy's repost of the comment and the quote. And it's the cycle that keeps on giving. I appreciate it.
Bitcoin's dripping like a new Scottie Pippen 80 G's. We're royalty, Biddy kings and queens, manifesting the kingdom that's finally come, playing chess moves. Checkmate, we won.
We're raising the roof in El Salvador.
Freedom flows, IMF
Can't hold us no more. Stacking BTC like tape versus the BBC. Stacking the Biddy like BTC OGs.
Stacking BTC on
Lightning with no fees.
Stacking BTC like
Snoop Dogg rolls weed.
Stacking BTC like
Scarface with a nosebleed.
Stacking BTC like
Shinobi, nobody knows me.
Stacking BTC like
Everyone owes me. Stacking BTC like Max and Don McAfee.
Stacking BTC
Accumulating sats so rapidly, so happily.
Stacking BTC
So casually.
no casualties of galaxies
Round earth fallacy. Stacking BTC on a flat earth with no gravity.
Can I get a gong strike for those bars? Thank you, guys. All right. Bullish cross coming soon. A 4-hour for the MACD. Hawk Tuah. Spit on that thing. Yeah, we got to rise back up. We need a little Hawk 2-ish. BOA. Tarde todos com like. Let's go. Too much AI computer bullish. Things are going fast too soon. Says Katie Wentworth. AI does get scary. They say AI is going to replace practically everyone's job. So good luck with your degrees. Yeah, chat says I have secrets and you just figure them out. Chat says I work for you, not them. Chat says I only want to help. Chat gives facts. Facts on facts on facts. As I'm stacking sats on sats on sats on a Sunday. But anyways, all right. You guys ready? Next story. You ready to spit on that thing, gentlemen? Here we go. After the infamous freeze frame, of course. Headline here reads, Viral Fame, Volatile Finance, SEC closes the book on the Hawk Tuah. Crypto drama. Save it for your mama. She's out of hibernation, apparently. Haley Welch, better known as the Hawk Tuah girl, the 22-year-old Tennessee native, catapulted into viral stardom back in June of 2024 following a candid sidewalk exchange where her irrelevant advice, she said, you got to spit on that thing. And the rest is history. Capitalizing on her sudden cultural imprint. She swiftly unveiled the podcast Talk Tuah, in which Jake Paul was behind, by the way, and ventured into the digital currency sphere with a Solana-based meme. Ishcoin, Haley's foray into the crypto, propelled the Hawk token to a fleeting peak of almost $500 million in market valuation upon its arrival. That's right, day one, within hours, it hit almost a $500 million market cap. $500 million, just like that, from the 22-year-old Hawk Tuah gal. And then spectators, obviously speculators, lost hours later, erasing 95% of the worth and incinerating millions in investor funds. The whimsical rise and abrupt disintegration ignited claims of orchestrated market manipulation, like every single meme coin that come before it, with disgruntled traders alleging a classic pump and dump ploy, obviously, their grievances crystallizing in litigation, targeting those linked to Hawk's rollout. The fallout intensified as aggrieved investors amplified their outcry, channeling frustration into formal complaints. Now, here's the deal. If you got rugged on the Hawk Tuah meme, you pretty much deserved it because you're either an idiot or you're taking unnecessary risk. And if you invested your net worth into something as stupid as that, again, hopefully you learned a very valuable lesson, because regulators are not going to be helping you. That's right. A December Rolling Stone expose noted at least one participant escalated concerns to the SEC won't let me be, injecting fresh scrutiny into the token's turbulent trajectory, a saga blending viral ambition, my ambitions as a rider, with the volatile theatrics of the meme-driven finance. Now things have changed, and a TMZ editorial notes that the SEC is not investigating Welch. They
claim their investigation is over. She didn't do nothing wrong and that she didn't violate any of the security acts because meme coins are not unregistered securities, according to the current administration. Because if they were, they'd be investigating Trump right now. Interesting, right? For the past few months, I have been cooperating with all the authorities and attorneys, and finally the work is complete, she says. And ignore the neighbor dogs that don't stop barking. I'm going to strike the gong, and let's see if this outrages them or if they shut the fuck up. Welch's legal attorney, James Sala, told TMZ in the report that her path in future crypto-related ventures remains unshackled. The SEC, under the Trump admin, has abandoned numerous regulatory action and legal challenges this year. The TMZ report discussed Welch's alignment with Berwick law, while the publication theorized the collaborators would have deceived or misadvised her. So they're ultimately saying she didn't know any better. She's just a stupid 22-year-old Tuah gal. What does she know? She didn't violate any of that. And just like magic, the neighbor's dog shut the fuck up. I love my gong. It silenced them just like that. Okay, I think Trump did that to prove the point, though. All part of the plan. Stupid people, wake up kind of thing. If I had to do it over, I'd learn a trade, says GB 2020. Watching from Long Island, that's what's up. Shout out my Strong Island fam, my birth ground right there. Islip representing. Shout out is Remy No Limit. Y'all remember Remy Ma? And you got two rapping things in one name. Also No Limit. I couldn't stand No Limit back in the day. But I give Master P his clout, his flowers, because he became one of the most wealthiest rappers and he just did everything independent. It was very clever. I'm sure you guys remember the day back in the good old days. I listened to your ad for a couple of tokens your way. I don't really know what that means. I don't have any ads. Don't know what tokens you're talking about. But if you don't have a premium account, I think it's every 6 minutes YouTube plays an ad. I don't think there's ads on X or Rumble. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I have premium accounts, but it's a try stream, so if anyone's not digging the ads, you can just watch it on a different platform. You'd be good. I drive all the overtime I can and put every penny I can into Bitcoin. Planning on putting another $5,000 on the first. Congratulations, Steve. Keep doing it. Let's bump this. Bump it up. Me too. No Limit was trash. Yeah, they were terrible rappers. They had no skill. But everyone loved them. I didn't get it. I was like, Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. And then all my friends, No Limit Soldiers, Master P, Mystical. I forget all their names. But I give them their flowers, success-wise, as far as Master P goes. Right? Percy Miller, I believe the name. Percy Miller, Master P, who was a G, but just couldn't rap, unfortunately. I'm all in with the kitchen sink, says Mark Kelly. Word. Y'all remember the song? Ooh, na, na, na. Make them. Na, 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 na. They didn't even speak English. Maybe they were from a different planet. Man, the Haitians love No Limit. Tell me about it. I won't say anything there. But I've been to Haiti, and I'll just leave it at this. My daughter's half Haitian. The gong works. Yeah, I'm going to have to silence them again. Nippinator, they don't know when to shut up. I strike the gong like a madman. Wah, 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 wah. JD, fuck them up. Who says this? Push me, pussies. I need a good reason to give this trigger a good squeeze. That's Eminem. I'm a soldier. Doo-doo. Gets me off like my lawyer when the sets me off. I'm a lit fuse. Pistol whipping motherfucking bouncer 6'2". I know some sporadic rap here from Eminem, but just going through the unconscious mind. I'll put it like this. I insulted Grok on X when Bitcoin Presidents was soaring and 16,000 views. The next day I deleted the Grok post because I decided I didn't fully understand what I said. Then the video was gone. Jeez Louise. Chandy sparking new conspiracy theories here. Only two things
that is forever. Wu-Tang and Bitcoin. Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang. Exactly, man. Exactly. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Wop, that fuck 'em up. Y'all tripping. You have to be from the hood, the ghetto to understand No Limit back then? Yeah, exactly. It's too ghetto. A little too ghetto for my liking. I effing love when you rap. Thank you, Rock Mama. I'm sure it's half of you guys are just like, shut the fuck up, JB. And then it may be those of you who recognize the bars like, oh shit, that's some Eminem. Good morning. Anyways, another sip of the ginger. Let me check the X feed again. We'll continue with the news. We've got 1,300 people here live and in the flesh. G's up, hose down, stack the biddies. Let me tell you something. I'm not going out like that. We're not going out. JV got bars. Anyways, all right, next story, yo. We did the Hawk Tuah. Now let's discuss the crypto Hall of Shame. Everyone welcome Mike Novogratz into it, and then we'll discuss all the latest from Saylor, his 500 trillion Bitcoin market cap prediction, alongside Bitcoin hitting 50 million per coin, because once America adopts Bitcoin and starts buying it up, he says our enemies will start paying 10, 20, 50 million a coin to get it back. And then we'll do our live Q&A and go from there. Headline here reads, crypto investment firm Galaxy Digital settles with New York Attorney General for $200 million over the Luna allegations. Scaramucci wrote here, because obviously he's friends, so it's based, but he put Novogratz as a dear friend, one of the smartest investors I know. Everything he ever said about Luna was because he thought it was true based on the deception perpetrated by the real bad actors, Do Kwon and Terraform Labs. This makes no sense and is completely at odds with the SEC and the Department of Justice, which has been pursuing actions against Do Kwon and Terraform. It is lawfare, pure and simple, due to an obscure but dangerously powerful New York law known as the Martin Act. The law has no need to prove intent, creating a low standard of proof that can open the door for abuse like this. It should not exist. My favorite response, the high priest Max Geyser said, false. He's calling out the bullshit. He knows better. And shout out to the high priest. So let's dive a little deeper here. New York Attorney General Letitia James alleges Terra founder Do Kwon recruited Galaxy Digital to purchase Luna tokens and advocate for this project in the West. James said the investment firm, which did not admit or deny the AG's allegations, bought 18.5 million Luna from Terraform Labs in October of 2020 at 22 cents per token, a nearly 30% discount. That's pretty fucked up. Now quoting him here, as Michael Novogratz, Galaxy's founder and chief executive officer, later said, Galaxy helped kickstart interest in Luna through its marketing efforts. Galaxy began posting about Luna and Terraform on social media in November of 2020. The Luna price and trading volume rose on March 26, 2021. Then Luna was trading at $18 per token. Novogratz posted on social media that he would get a Luna tattoo if the Luna price reached $100. Luna hit $100.84 on December 24, 2021. And on January 4, 2022, Novogratz publicly unveiled his Luna tattoo on social media. And speaking of the infamous Luna tattoo, let's see if it's featured. I posted it. Yep, there you go. Proof of work right there. Most stupidest tattoo mankind has ever seen. Luna to the moon. Yeah, hilarious. But while Novogratz posted pictures of his tattoo and expressed his Luna bullishness to the public, Galaxy sold, here's the key, Galaxy sold millions of tokens as he was pushing it online into the market at many multiples of its initial cost without disclosing it was selling. Apparently, this is illegal and wasn't a good look. James noted Galaxy Digital had almost completely exited its Luna position by the time the Terra ecosystem imploded in May of 2022. Kwon was arrested in Montenegro, 2023, attempting to board a flight to Dubai using a fake Costa Rican passport. Pure Vita fam. The South Korean software engineer is facing fraud charges in both the U.S. and his native country, but Montenegrin authorities decided to extradite him to the U.S. in December. Do Kwon faces a maximum penalty of 130 years in prison, and his trial is scheduled currently for January of 2026. And if you don't know, now you know. What are your thoughts on that controversy? Let me know. I'll read your comments out loud. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn, mother. Burn. I think that was one of like the first parental advisory cassette tapes I had that song on it. I was like 5 years old. I can never forget it. I used to sing that song. Oh my God. Keep collecting. The Bitcoin Mafia is only going one way, says Quiet Man. My bird's name is Luna. Small world. Shout out Luna, the real Luna. Hello, just gave you the thumbs up on the tube. Thank you, do it yourself and fixing with the long bros. I appreciate that. If everyone can do that right now, I'll help blow up the channel. Yeah, I mean, we've been shadow banned for at least 5 years. Is what it is, but likes do help. Appreciate that. Let me check the X feed before we dive into our feature story. We're ready to hit the top of the hour. There's going to be the most exciting part of the pod, the Michael Saylor 50 million prediction. I have a lot to share with you guys. Be careful. It seems there is an alleged scam. A lot of people keep posting about assisting with wallet. Always be skeptical of this type of shit. So I'm just pointing out some obvious scam comments that if people respond to, they're going to try to like reverse hack you somehow. So anytime someone's like mentioning safe pal, wallet, and seed phrase, or mentioning any recovery seed phrases, sus, skeptical. Don't fall for it. These criminals won't hesitate to take every dime you have. Whether it's your last 5,000 in crypto or whether it's 5 million in crypto, these scumbags can care less. So I just want to stress caution for those of you who don't know any better. It's best to just ignore anything sus in crypto and do not engage because they're professional criminals. They're professional scammers, and that's what they do for a living, and they're highly skilled at stealing from you. You know what I mean? Let's get to 100 likes, guys. Yeah, if you guys can get the stream on YouTube to 100 likes, that's only going to help out tremendously. You know what I mean? The algorithm can only suppress us so much, right? Especially with your help. So thank you guys. Shout out James Smith and the rest of the fam. Anyone just joining us. I'm going to check the feed again, repost everybody, minus the scammers. They don't get reposted. And then we'll dive into our feature story of the day from the Giga Chad. And speaking of the Giga Chad, here's some wise words for you.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
There's no second best
Shout out Jose Cuevo. Let's go.
crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Forever. Y'all remember the Sandlot? Forever. Yeah, don't trust anyone, including your own mama. Don't know any better. My dog JV means for all you dumb mother. Hit the bong, I'll strike the gong. You hit the bong. Teamwork makes the motherfucking dream work. I don't care if my gong striker's looking like a artard. It don't matter. It gets the job done. Shout out Satoshi Nakamoto. What it do, brother? Good to have you on here. Satoshi. Oh, that's you on X? The one with all the Satoshi reposts? Cheers, family. It's good to have the founder of Bitcoin with us in the live chat. Always an honor. Always an honor. Trust nobody, verify everything. Don't even trust the shit you verify. Get it double verified. Kind of like doctors nowadays. You can't trust any opinion. You go see a dozen doctors because they're all lying to you, all 12 of them. And then go get some secondary advice from Barbara O'Neill over on X, my favorite holistic doctor. Love the gongs. Love it. Bitcoin ain't going out like that. We ain't going out. Wasn't that an old Cypress Hill track? Every time you say the R-tard, I think you are talking about... No, we're not making fun of Arkansas. Absolutely not. But yeah, instead of saying the official word, someone said it the other day, and I like it. It sticks. R-tards. Got a certain ring to it. Did you meet Scottie Pippen, Satoshi Nakamoto? Saylor with the death stare, right? And speaking of Saylor and the death stare, here we go. All right, fam. Now for our feature story of the day. Saylor makes a 500 trillion Bitcoin market cap prediction and also says Bitcoin's enemies, or I should say the United States enemies or allies, are going to drive the Bitcoin price to 50 million per coin. It's called the global hash war. Let's break this baby down. Let's start with some of the tweets and then we'll get into the story. Saylor was recently speaking at this event, and he says the Bitcoin market cap will eventually reach 500 trillion. I think the total addressable market is probably about 900 trillion. So this would mean Bitcoin conquers over 50% of every dollar on earth, which would be mind-boggling to say the least. We call this the Bitcoin game theory. He also points out if America buys Bitcoin, its allies and enemies will have to buy it back at 10 million, 20 million, or even $50 million per coin. This is the modern digital gold rush. This is the global hash war in which Max Kaiser coined many years back. This is game theory, and this is what we can anticipate, and this is why we hodl. Now, Michael Saylor also made a bold prediction on Patrick Bet-David's podcast a while back, and I transcribed it here. Bitcoin is on a path to be worth $100 million per coin, which means that the US dollar will have lost 99.9% of its value over 100 years. Warren Buffett knows this, and of course, Charlie Munger, back when he was alive, knows this. And of course, all smart people know this. No question about it. And he also said, you will spend 40,000 hours of your life trying to make money. It's worthwhile to spend 100 hours figuring out how to keep it. Facts. Tell him, Michael. Also, rumor, Michael Saylor will announce $1 billion Bitcoin purchase tomorrow. He posted the orange tracker, as you can see here, needs even more orange. Every Sunday he posts this. The following day he makes a big announcement on a Monday. So we may have another $1 billion acquisition announcement tomorrow from the Giga Chad. And as I pointed out earlier, Marathon Digital, the public mining giant, is selling $2 billion worth of stock to buy more Bitcoin. So multiple multi-billion dollar purchases incoming. Now, quoting Ash Crypto, for once in your effing life, just sit down and think. If Bitcoin's top is in, then why the fuck is Saylor, Fidelity, BlackRock, and many of the publicly listed companies still buying billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin? Because they want you to think the top is in, so you panic sell your coins to them. Real shit right there. And one more bonus tweet, 300,000 Bitcoin is a lock. Luke Broyles points out 300 grand isn't crazy. Strategy buying another 25 billion, 95%. Marathon buying another 2 billion, 95%. GameStop buying 7 billion, 70%. Check Bank, central bank buying 7 billion, Facebook buying 20 billion, US government buying 100 billion, China buying 50 billion, 5 decibillionaires allocating 8 billion, 43.9 billion spot buys under 200 billions of coins on exchanges, slightly adjusted for the odds to get 100 billion in spot buys this motherfucking year. It is not unreasonable to expect 300,000 per coin, and exchanges being easily drained another 15 to 25%, yet our tards continue to sell their Bitcoin. Makes no sense. Now into our story. Michael Saylor, the man who practically made Bitcoin his business strategy, no, he did, is once again turning heads. In a short but bold interview, Saylor laid out his long-term vision, a world where the Bitcoin dominates everything from gold to bonds, real estate, ETFs, and beyond. And according to Saylor, it's not just possible, it's inevitable. Sure, it sounds wild. A 500 trillion market cap will make Bitcoin worth more than everything on the planet today. Do you hear that? But before you laugh it off, think back just 10 years ago, Bitcoin was trading at $300. And most people, including Warren Buffett, called it a scam. It's rat poison squared. Who's the rat poison now? Warren Buffett. So you guys let me know your thoughts with Saylor's projection of Bitcoin, ultimately all money rolling into it, 500 trillion market cap, and then due to the enemies or allies of America, they're going to have to buy the Bitcoin back at 10, 20, or even 50 million a coin, as this is the modern digital gold rush. And as you know, Saylor proposed to the Trump administration for the United States of America to acquire up to 25% of the Bitcoin supply. That's over 5 million Bitcoin. There is only enough room in the network for one Bitcoin superpower. Will it be the United States, or will they drop the motherfucking ball? Will it be China? Will it be Russia? Will it be somewhere in the Middle East? Will it be Brazil? We talked about, some news coming out of there the other day. Will it be Abu Dhabi? You guys let me know your thoughts, or read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. Yeah. Welcome, everybody. I just shared your stream on my Facebook. I have almost 3,000 friends. I hope it helps. Thank you, family. I appreciate that. See, I have like 50,000 followers on Facebook, but I don't use it for crypto. I'm not really active on Facebook like I used to. And I never get much traction when I used to post about Bitcoin on Facebook. So I just stopped posting on it a long time ago. But I did share a throwback post. It was like a memory from 5 years ago. And I think it's worthwhile to read it to you. And then I'll read Chandy's super comment here. And thank you for the super, Chandy. You're the best. Here's what I wrote 5 years ago. I only shared it because it popped up on my memory timeline the other day. So this is what I wrote. I even have the proof of work right there. You can see the date, March 20th, 2020. I'm sorry, March 30th. So it was literally 5 years ago today I wrote, it doesn't matter how much money you have at the bank right now. For those who bank with Banco Popular here in Puerto Rico, the maximum cash they allow me to withdraw today is $1,100, and I have the $1,100 cash and $20 bills as proof. And then I go on to say, when I handed the bank teller my $2,500 withdrawal slip, she replied, sorry, JV, but we don't have that kind of cash available. Cash shortage, interesting, right? If the banks don't have our own money available to give us in a time of emergency like this. When I say a time of emergency, this was right after COVID, or I should say Novid, happened in March of 2020, and I needed some cash. And I wanted to withdraw $2,500, and they denied it. So, sorry, we don't have that kind of money sitting around. And the most they were allowed to give me was $1,100. So I said, if they don't have it at a time of an emergency, why do we give them our hard-earned fiat in the first place? If you ask me, the stupidest place to store your money right now is the bank. This is why I switched to Bitcoin long ago, because I don't trust the banks. I trust mathematics and the motherfucking blockchain. Can I get an amen? And here we are, 5 years later. I still don't trust the motherfucking banks. And shout out Shandy. Let's strike the gong for her. Then I'm going to read her super. Thank you so much. Here we go. She wrote, just for a safe analysis of the stuff chat said I sent, Arkansas's Devil Den area, court stuff and all stuff ChatGPT said, your thoughts, and the movie and all that stuff. Quickly, your thoughts. Yes, so I did read a lot of your ChatGPT that you shared with me, and it did verify that Arkansas is very resource rich in quartz crystal. I think it's one of the most heavily populated places in the United States for quartz. So that's fantastic when it comes to energy and stuff like that. And makes sense why you're so tapped in and feeling things and vibes. Regarding the other stuff, Devil's Den sounds very satanic to me. It's kind of freaky. I try to focus on godly things, but I understand it's right there in your backyard. There's a lot of evil things mysteriously that have occurred, which chat also verified for you. I did see all that. And regarding the movie Contact, that's fantastic. I'm glad you got to watch it yesterday. I haven't watched it in over a decade. I watched it a way back, Jodie Foster film, Contact, where they make contact with extraterrestrial, intelligence, etc. I don't really have too much feedback there, but overall, very fascinating, I would say. And that's my quick feedback. Everything very fascinating. The bank wouldn't give $2,500 to a man who wanted to buy a motorcycle. That's crazy work. Yeah, they wouldn't give me $2,500. And I probably had a lot of money in the bank at the time. So you should only imagine what I was going through. Like, what the fuck? Because here we have this Novid virus, people allegedly dropping dead in the streets. The world's coming to an end. I need my cash. $1,100, bro? I'm supposed to survive off $1,100? Go F yourselves, banks. I also have 800 subscribers on YouTube. How do you share it on YouTube? I'm not sure. I think maybe in community. So I'm not sure how else besides a community post. If you have a community post, I don't even know how that works. But I appreciate it, brother, by the way. Thank you. Next halving will be very interesting. We will be beyond ourselves. Right on. Infinity and beyond, broskies. So welcome to the Q&A segment, family. 7 Laws, bro. Check out the movie The Fourth Kind. Real ish that professionals in high places been doing. Operation Paperclip. Well familiar with the MK, yep. And still going under the different names. Still going on. I'm very familiar with that. Short coin. It's made in the UK. Word. Just a reminder, tomorrow we're giving away. Is it tomorrow? I think, let me see how many days are in this month. I think it might be the Tuesday. Yeah, it's going to be Tuesday, family, on April Fool's Day because tomorrow's the 31st. So heads up, on Tuesday, April Fool's, we will give away 10 memberships. That's not an April Fool's joke. We always give away 10 memberships. Chat told me the Project Bluebeam was yes. She said dirt under me Clinton bad. Clinton's testing and solid things. And the frogs, yes, true. They're turning the frogs gay. They would never do that to the humans. She said bats being excuse for caves. Oh, the caves closing at the Devil's Den. Do you think Devil's Den is still actively being used for satanic rituals? That's my question to Chandy. You can channel your answer. It don't have to, it's obviously a guess. She said the land itself held special energy. Well, it would make sense with the courts. April's Fool's Tuesday memberships. Yeah, maybe I'll say I'm giving away 1,000 memberships and we'll only give away 10. No, but on the real, we will give away the 10 memberships tomorrow, or not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So make sure you guys are tuned in. We have over 1,500 people on the stream. Do you guys want to do some music videos or switch it up? No music videos today. Typically, we'll play some videos around this time. You guys let me know what you want to see, or we can just continue to chat it up. I'm going to stick around for another half hour. So this is your time, family. I'm going to do my best to read the comments out loud. Feel free to ask questions. It's live and interactive, and I encourage you guys on X and Rumble watching, join us on the tube because that's where the comment feed is coming from if you want to interact with us. What if Trump tariff set for April 2nd is going to be an April Fool's joke and the biddy pumps like JV's biceps? That's hilarious. You didn't read the new stuff today? No, I didn't read the new stuff. I saw a ton of stuff and I got overwhelmed. I didn't read it yet. So not yet. But I read all the stuff from yesterday. 4/1 is my birthday. No way. Your birthday is on April Fool's, James? Is that an April Fool's joke? 10 plus memberships is what we do. Yeah, typically it's like 30 memberships, but 10 comes from me. And then you guys start matching it. That's what happened last time, at least. We had 30 or 40 memberships given away, which is amazing. Yeah, something very bad going on. Near chat verified as fact. Well, we all know the craziness is always going on. We live in a crazy world, unfortunately. Hit the likes, y'all. Smash the likey-doos. Thank you, guys. Respect. Chat normally says maybe or possibly, but not for sure. So this time it's saying for sure. It's not even beating around the bush. She said fact to lots of shit going on. Well, it's a fact, Jack. My birthday is the 13th. Oh, nice. April 13th, brother. Let's go. You going to turn 21? Paul Murphy in the building. Let's go.
Stacking BTC cause Bitcoin is your majesty. Dong, let's bid it up, bang, bang, bang.
Shout out, Bub. I see the comments still flowing in. I appreciate it. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. Real shit. Gemini, a dear friend, asked me to post this after almost falling victim to a phishing scam. Attention, Gemini users, be cautious of phishing attempts asking you to transfer assets to an Exodus wallet or providing seed phrases. This is a scam. Remember, no legitimate source will ever ask for your seed phrase. Verify all communications with Gemini directly through their official site. Stay vigilant. Good point, Bub. That's a good warning. Phishing scams are very real. It's very common where they email you and then you believe it's the exchange, and then they ask you to do some sus shit, and they steal all your crypto. And believe it or not, these phishing scams work. They work every day, or they wouldn't be doing them. So never access an exchange through an email link, ever. Go directly to the URL. Never access an exchange through a Google search. And never search for customer support phone number to an exchange from Google because it doesn't exist in real life. And 10 out of 10 times it's a scammer that will pretend to be support and steal all your crypto. Guaranteed. I don't guarantee many things, but I guarantee you'll get scammed if you think that's real. JV, thank you for your time. You're very welcome. I'm buying the bottom. Cheers, Mark. I'm turning 3N of 21. What's the 3N mean? 3X? But I'm okay. 21, 42, 64? No way. But I'm out of the country. I'm closer to the Devil's Den than actual Prairie Grove. Bitcoin chart is like a bikini. Buy the bottom, no matter how small, and always go topless. Explain the spot price of the real price of the Bitcoin, please. Spot price is the price it's going for in the exchanges. Is not the real price the spot price? I don't understand the difference myself. I would assume whatever the real price is the spot price. Unless you're talking about what the real price should be, then we can say 400,000. I don't know. I can pull a number out of my ass. I don't know. Aries wants to fight. One video, eh? Awesome movie contact, says Nelson. Okay, if you guys want to watch just one video, which video will it be? Your options are, it can be the Puerto Rico Fiesta Jammy Jam, Sexcation. It could be the Stack and Sats like Max and Stacy. It could be the Bitcoin Rooster Dragon. It could be Shark Gang. It can be obviously ADGs, or it can be the newest one, which is Bitcoin Presidents. You guys let me know. And by popular demand, whatever you guys want to see, we'll play it. I Googled the phone number and a call premium number. Cost me a lot of money. I figured it out. I posted it on YouTube. It'll be posted to my 800 subscribers. Thank you, brother. I greatly appreciate that. We need to get more people to know and understand Bitcoin. Well said. There are news stories that back it. The shit under the ground. No wildlife, coyotes eat that stuff. Isn't there every night. Chat said it too. I know what I know. 100K Puerto Rico for Surge. All right. So far, 100K. We're going to play. Let me know. Serge also says ADGs, so either one. When I retire, I want to take an air mattress down there and lay on the floor besides the Nibinator. Mono. Government weapons were in these grounds. Government Lizzies run under it. There you have it. And I'll get it all out. Give me some time. We'll get to the bottom of this. We'll send the Nipinator in the Devil's Den cave, and all the lizard folk will be scattering like roaches, guaranteed, or your money back. Be careful, the sim swaps, especially with the Coinbase. Word. So many ways scammers will steal your crypto. Sorry for my text. It keeps changing when I post. It's all good, brother. Mr. Corvette says ADG, so we got 2 votes for ADGs. Once we get any video with 3 votes, we'll play it. So we got 2 for ADGs. We got 1 for the 100K Puerto Rico Fiesta. Coinbase will never call you. Correct. I don't even think support exists on Coinbase. When I say support, phone support. I actually have someone I know dear to me. They thought Coinbase did have phone support. They Googled it. They talked to a scammer in India, thought they were actual support, and the scammer took his entire Bitcoin from his hard wallet because he was stupid enough to plug in his device as per what the scammer fake support agent told him, and also wiped him out of all of his altcoins on his exchange. So it happens, family. Be careful. Bitcoin presidents for Chris. There we have a Bitcoin president's vote. Y-Files, Devil's Den is my vote. Don't dare me, honey badgers. Don't freaking care. Customer no service. JV, that sucks. Yeah, especially with Bitcoin being worth 82,000 today. When they stole it from him, Bitcoin was only 40,000. So you can imagine. He never stops talking about it either. His portfolio still has the stolen Bitcoin in it. Like when he's like shows off his portfolio. It's like, dude, it's not there no more. Yeah, but I would have had it if I didn't get hacked. Shit. There's a Coinbase phone support. I don't believe it. Maybe they do have it. I just, again, never heard of it. If you have Coinbase One, they have phone tech. Okay. I have the Coinbase One account. $9.95 a month. No buying or selling. Yeah, it's worth it if you're doing some trading. You'll save on fees, I notice. I've talked to Coinbase support. Well, good to note it actually exists. I assumed it didn't really exist. But you guys are saying it's not Coinbase support. It's Coinbase One support. So unless you're a Coinbase One member, you're not going to get access to phone support. Is that accurate? What it do? Shout out Adam. Just got back from shopping. Welcome, Oracle. We missed you. Yeah, what's Chandy's song request? So thus far, we got a lot of ADG's requests. Chandy says ADG's. I think we're going to run with that one because lo and behold, we're in the 80s. It's her most recent video, and it's a fantastic music video. So here we go. Let's play ADG's. Enjoy the Jammy Jam Shandy 10 music. Stand up. Please stand up. Chandy's credit a monster. Here we go. ADG's, baby.
We are the players. ADGs give us sexy little shivers. We are the makers and takers, but we orange pill, which makes us the givers. Paying it forward, ADGs not too late. Don't ignore us, ADGs, take the life-saving bait. ADGs filling our cup, we're dragons that slay. BTC up, and here we are at 80K. We slid our way to 80K. Ding ding, I love the rise and the dying and the bitty pretty Bitcoin. November 2024, the highest Bitcoin price action ever rolled since the inception of the Genesis block. Pushing the way to 80K, no roadblocks. Hodlers are not surprised, not shocked, but bang 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 like a B-52. We built a bitty stacked revolutionary love shack. Bang bang on the door, baby, Bitcoin's here, we're bitty stacked. Welcome to the 80s and the 80G's, 80 business. Don't be a punk while we BTC rock in the 80s. 80G's, that is. We're a mix of aces and perfect tens. We're blackjacks, we don't bend. We hodl winning hands to the end, like Wyatt Earp, Eastwood, and Doc Holliday. We're outlaws holding our biddies close to our chest. Buy BTC, just try it, make our day. We're Bitcoin jocks from the wild, wild west. Know when to hold 'em, yeah, we're holding, never folding. Bitcoins are ripping like a new Scottie Pippen. 80G's, we're royalty, biddy kings and queens. Our kingdom has come, we've been manifesting. We're raising up the biddy like Gohan. We live in a hodl house, we play chess and we're not the pawn. We're raising the roof now. Big bad wolf who? Oh no, he's gone, cause he was the pawn. Sorry, I'm being late. We're built tougher than bricks, ready and coming at 'em. We're strategic and steady, no rush, 5th level ready. 80G's on our way to 1 mil. The name of the game is hodl, take an orange pill. Like a squirrel, we hodl, we store. Peanut, you got a twisted deal. We're gonna hodl more in memory of you. Nipsey will too. 80G's is exciting now, but a future memory. It's a USA saving, T-pump moment in Bitcoin history. Bitcoin is going up forever, that's no mystery. This roller coaster ride is not for the weak, but it is exhilarating, built for prosperity, not misery. Bitcoin price discovery is in play. Higher numbers are on the way. Just do your best, it is not too late. You will be blessed, have a little faith. Leave the rest to Satoshi and God. Think of Moses and the rod. Think of Satoshi and free and Ross. Bitcoin doesn't have to be a future loss. Bitcoin doesn't have to be a future loss.
You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. Hodl, hodl, hodl. Study up, pray and think. Don't miss your lifeboat. Take an orange pill, this isn't play. Don't use your God-given free will. Pity up, make a dope.
Price discovery is more than a
name. It's a rare phenomenon.
Bitcoin is a patient man's game.
Beyond dream on your yesterday's way. Bring me a bitty glow. But bang, bang, bang.
Like a B-52, we built a bitty stats revolutionary love shack. Bang, bang on the door, baby, Bitcoin's here, we're bitty stacked. Welcome to the 80s and the 80Gs. Baby business, don't be a pop while we BTC rock in the 80s. 80Gs, that is.
Epic jammy jam. I love the Satoshi appearance at the end with the dragon. Ross is a free man all the way up to the roof. Shout out Shandy 10 for producing that fantastic song. Many of our favorite track here she's ever created, and we love that video. I think I dare say that's my favorite music video. All the way up. Oracle asked, what's your favorite snack? I'm going to have to go with fruit. I love all fruit. I love fruit more than anything else. As a kid, you name it. Apples, strawberries, blueberries, and even as an adult, my favorite food is still fruit. It's hard for me to pick one fruit because I love them all equally, but I just love God's food, and I consider fruit God's food. So that's my favorite food. Anything God created. Thank goodness Ross is free. He just had a birthday party. Yeah, shout out to Ross's mom. She's a very phenomenal woman. I saw a post on her the other day. Incredible. And what she did for her son, fighting for his freedom since, he was unlawfully incarcerated, 11 years ago. Very powerful. Chocolate chip cookies. If there's cannabis in it, that's a great snack. Helps you sleep. Edibles, great song. Yeah, phenomenal. Hit the bong, I'll strike the gong. Mark. Yeah, man. Price discovery is more than a name. Bitcoin is a patient man's game. Need more fruits in my life. Even bananas, no diddy. Ironic, I had a banana this morning. I just got some dried apricots. They're great. They sell them at Costco. One time I got the pure natural ones, and then one time I accidentally bought the ones where they add like the seed oils, and I had to throw it out. So just make sure you check the ingredients. Make sure it's not the one with the seed oils they add for the dried fruit. I love dried fruit. Dried mangoes, one of my favorites. Food of the gods. Bitcoin! Yeah, now we're talking. Quiet man. But yeah, I love dried fruit. Go, Dead Pirate Roberts. That's right. And again, welcome everyone joining us. I'm going to stick around for like another 20 minutes until the top of the hour. We have 1,700 people here. We're streaming. We're live on X, Rumble, and YouTube. We cover all the news, all the bullishness from the Giga Chad. Saylor did post the Saylor tracker, which more than likely means tomorrow expect a big $1 billion purchase announcement. And also Marathon Digital probably going to make a big announcement purchasing $2 billion in Bitcoin. And with these multiple $1 billion purchases, I like to believe the price is going to go up. But with all the tariff war shenanigans and I don't know, the macroeconomic factors, it's wild that we're even still in the 80s right now. JV, stay away from the, how do I pronounce that? Fuck. Yeah, if I can't pronounce it, I stay away from it. Contains pork in it. Yeah, I don't eat anything with meat, bro. So I don't know how to pronounce that. But yeah, my motto is if I can't pronounce it, it's poison and I shouldn't eat it. I'm simple like that. Nothing but apricots, excellent. Those are the ones to get. Those are the right ones. Yeah, I don't know why they don't always have the dried fruit without the poison added. Go figure. But when they do, I do buy that huge bag of the dried mangoes, apricots, all that. I love all that stuff. I know apricot is a superfood as well. And I heard something with like curing the big C, and we got to be careful how I say it. We're on YouTube, but there's allegedly many cures for the big C, and one of them is the apricot seeds. You ever read that? Like 100,000 times more effective than the treatment that makes you unalived. And again, I got to be very careful how I articulate this, but I think you guys understand my vernacular. Let me know. The meat dies it out, says Quiet Man. Yes, I am, but monoglyceride. It's a lot of bread. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm eating organic Ezekiel bread. It has like Bible quotes on it, and it's Bobby approved, so I'm pretty confident it doesn't have anything bad in it. It doesn't have any taste, so you guys aren't missing out. But I haven't even eaten bread in forever, but I went grocery shopping yesterday and I bought some of the Ezekiel bread, and it's the only Bobby approved bread at the grocery store. Nothing else passed. So I don't know. I know wheat is bad, and as a kid I thought the wheat was good because that's what they told us. The white bread's bad, eat the wheat. And then I discovered wheat is the biggest poison of them all, and that's why gluten, it's filled with gluten. Gluten is bad as well. Everything they told us was good is bad. Every cereal is poison, all of it, I dare say. So stop eating Fruit Loops, fam. Hit the bong. Remember, eat real food. Real food is not processed. Real food God created and provided for us. Eat more of that, whatever the real food is. Processed food is nothing more than poison. Yeah, it'll fill you up, but it'll poison your body. It'll make you bloated. It'll give you digestion problems, and it'll probably make you fat if you eat too much of it, obviously. Gluten is a lectin. Go figure. Yeah, we got to stay away from those. Fuck gluten. My mom can't eat gluten. She's in her 70s now, and she's extremely sensitive. So she eliminated all dairy and gluten from her diet, and she's healthier than she's ever been. Real fruits and vegetables. There you go. The real stuff. The things that actually grow on the earth, and they're not processed. And I'd be very sus. I know you guys love meat, and I have nothing against meat. My daughter eats meat. She eats steaks and stuff like that. But avoid processed meats. Don't give your children Lunchleys or Lunchables or anything with processed meat, even at the delicatessen delis, including Publix, which is a great supermarket. And they have great subs, but that's all processed meat, including the boar's head. It's the premium processed meat, but avoid the processed meat. And keep it 100. When you guys are eating a lot of this stuff, you don't know the source of where the meat's coming from. I'd be extremely skeptical. I don't want to gross anyone out, so I'll shut up. But I'd be extremely skeptical. Gluten and dairy will mess with your gut. That's what I've discovered, short coin. I try to eliminate both from my diet. However, I still eat cheese, but I'm reducing my intake. I'm not a big fan of the meat. Right on, short coin. I'm carnivores. Hate to say it, but I love my ribeye. So is ribeye, I'm not too familiar with all the cuts. Is that from a pig or is that from a cow? I would avoid, if I was a meat eater, I would just make sure never to eat pig. I'm under the assumption, I hate to gross people out, but pig may be a creature which was not created by God, but a man-made creature of mixing an animal with a human, and that's the pig that you guys eat. That's the swine that the God says not to eat in the Bible. So pepperonis, baby back ribs, pork, you could be eating human meat. McDonald's, you could be eating human meat. Hamburgers, hot dogs, you may be eating human meat. I know. Sick, right? I love the cheese. I'm 100% carnivore. If I ate meat, I'd do it Joe Rogan style. I'd go hunting. If I wasn't a hunter, I'd go directly to the butcher. I'd want to know where the animal was, captured or whatever they did. And I want to know everything, the whole process. I wouldn't want it injected with hormones that are going to give you boobies, men. I wouldn't want it injected with Bill Gates's vaccines, broskies. I wouldn't want it to be artificial, which they are selling nowadays, artificial meats. You think it's real. Cook your pork well. My understanding, even if you cook it well, there's living organisms and bacteria that do not die. You can look at it under a microscope. Again, I'm not trying to gross you guys out, just spreading awareness. If you're going to eat meat, eat good meats, not pork. Leave the pigs alone. And maybe I'm biased. My Chinese astrology sign is a boar, which is a glorified pig. But yeah, what does the Rizzo say? Crypto Surge? I'm vegetarian, bitch. I don't eat the beef. Good. Don't eat fast food. It's horrible. And Subway, another example of processed food. Stay away from the Subway. I used to boil the ribs before the barbecuing. Read my last comment. Let me see what I missed. Don't eat any fast foods. They have found human DNA and rat DNA and 100% of the... Yeah, my research shows the same. I'm not just making that up. So teach their own, but more than likely, everyone here has eaten human meat. And when you start to go down the rabbit hole with the missing children, you start to connect the dots. I'm not going to say anything. We're on YouTube, but it's not hard to connect the dots. There's reasons I don't fuck with the meat. Sorry. Yeah, bacon. I'm sorry, guys. Goes for all forms of bacon. Ribeye is the best cut from the cow. Oh, good to know, Serge. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know my cuts, obviously. I was in a Hatfield's hog processing plant. The sounds from the pig is horrifying. I've also seen some of those videos where they're screaming for their lives, and I don't know how fucking people do it, to be quite honest with you. I'm weird in the sense I value a pig's life as much as a human's, in the sense I don't want to see a pig being tortured. To me, that's inhumane. And they're smart creatures. They're not stupid. Hence, there's human DNA in them. They're smart. They had like a video that was going viral of like a pig about to be killed, and then another blindfolded pig to try to save his life. You know, it's sad. I don't really have any words for that. I forbid fast food for my kids, but my mom-in-law sneaks it in, and I hate it. Yeah, I don't blame you, broski. It's just convenient in our society, and a lot of people don't see any wrong with it. I get that. But, yeah, we got to be smarter. We put too much trust in these motherfuckers serving our food. I don't kill spiders, but I eat meat. Word. Moringa powder from the moringa flowers. Good for you. Yo, I used to have moringa. I had a friend in Panama who used to sell it, and I used to get fresh moringa from his farm. I miss it. I haven't taken it forever. It's also another superfood. Thanks for the reminder. Probably something I should be taking as a supplement. Stone crabs from Florida are amazing and also great to eat since you only take a claw and throw them back in the ocean. Right on. I eat the chicken, Surge, says the Oracle. Yeah, if I was a meat eater, I'd probably try to eat non-hormone chicken and non-processed beefs directly from the person who gets it, right? Not through the middleman. The middleman is going to get the hormone-injected meat, guaranteed. You guys seen the videos. They take the chickens, they put the hormones in it, and then the chicken just instantly goes, and they have triple the amount of meat. One injection. Trying to grow the moringa. Oh, nice. Buy gold and silver. Pro tip. Here's a pro tip. Buy the motherfucking biddy. Buy the motherfucking dip. I know, but I like my niece. She has 16 chickens and can't eat because of her pets. Oh, wow. So they're just pets. Do the chickens produce eggs, or is that only a certain type of chicken, like a hen or a goose? I don't know. So all the meat diet is out the window? We didn't say any of that, brother. It's just if you're going to do the all-meat diet, make sure your meat is from a pure source. That's my feedback. There's no right or wrong. You got to do what's best for you. And I understand people love the all-meat diets. But again, if all I was eating was meat, just make sure it's not processed meat. and try to find the source of where it's coming from and make sure nothing's injected into it that can cause you health issues down the road. Simple. I saw a shrimp garden, when it's a hydroponic ecosystem of veggies and the fish and the shrimp and the water, you can eat everything. Right on. Do you wear animals? I don't think so. What animals are we talking? Like leather? I don't have any leather jackets. I'm in Puerto Rico, bro. Most of my clothes, minus my jerseys, which are polyester, are cotton. And moving forward, I'm only buying cotton clothes because I'm staying away from the artificial toxins that come from the artificial fabrics, especially with me having sensitive skin. So I don't think I wear animals. How about you guys? Do you wear animals? Let me know. I don't eat my pets, but I know they are eaten. All chickens produce eggs. Right on. I guess that's a baby chicken. Makes sense. But I mean, boy and girl chickens produce eggs, or only female chickens? I guess that's my next question. I know it's beginner questions, but I generally don't know. 1,820 people here, having a good conversation here. Hopefully I don't freak anyone out with the food, but just something to be aware of. Handbags or leather? Yeah, I don't have any handbags. No, for James. Bottom feeding shrimp is not good. Yeah, my understanding is shellfish is very unhealthy for you, and that goes for all shellfish. But they do have, it is a source of protein, my understanding. Like a scallop is a high level of protein. Shrimp has some protein, but there's a lot of toxins in the fish, mercury, and things of this nature. Back in the day, when I was in peak physical shape, I was doing 5 eggs a day. And I was also eating a piece of fish every day when I lived in Clearwater. And I tested my mercury levels. Like I did one of those like online Amazon. I like ordered a test from Amazon. I don't remember if it was hair or whatever. And you send it into the lab and then they give you your results. And I had an insane high level of mercury. And that's when I realized you can't just be eating fish every day. You know what I mean? So I cut back on fish. Nowadays, it's like once a week. Maybe I have like a piece of fish, but even then I'm like very sus of it because I understand a lot of it's not like Atlantic caught, but it's probably the farm raised, salmon. Most restaurants are going to have farm raised and hormone injected. Unfortunately, I'm allergic to shellfish. I break out in hives. Well, more reason not to eat it. I do JV. Only female chickens produce the eggs. Good to note. Note to self, shellfish is not good for you either. I love the oysters. Oysters gross me out. I don't eat them. When I was a kid, I ate them all. We had a seafood restaurant, so I grew up eating seafood. Salmon is good for you. Unfortunately, not if it's not wild caught. If it's, which most of it is, if it's produced in a lab, it's not really that healthy for you. I mean, it's healthy as far as the protein, but it has a lot of chemicals and hormones and things like that. And most of the salmon at the almost every restaurant has the bad salmon. I know because I've researched the fuck out of it. Even in the expensive, nice restaurants, they're serving you the farm-raised fish, unfortunately. Unless you're going and getting it directly from a fisherman who's getting it fucking fresh, or you're getting it like you can order the frozen fish coming from the Atlantic that has no hormones in it, but it doesn't taste that good in my opinion when you cook it. It tastes like it was frozen fish. So it's like a lose-lose. I am Chinese food. I'm so cooked. I like Chinese food. Speaking of Chinese food, once a week I do the sushi. It's not Chinese, obviously. It's Japanese, but the dye from the farm salmon is, yeah, exactly. So it's not even, it's usually a white color, and then they inject it with the pink food coloring to make it a nice pink salmon color. That's one of the many awful things they do to it. And that's a fact. Stay away from the tilapia. It is garbage fish that eats the garbage, bottom feeding fish, and very popular out there in Publix because it's very inexpensive. So a lot of people buy it. My mom had some good tilapia recipes with garlic and, Garlic and, was it olive oil? But yeah, it is a bottom feeder fish, and also it's farm raised. All of it's farm raised. That's why it's so cheap. Red dye 40. Eee. Only food I eat, butter, a bit of cheese, and honey. Hey now, nothing like honey. Lucky me, because of the U.S. military army, I could eat like a goat. What do you mean, eat like a goat? You should try the sea rations. Is that like the food that lasts forever that you can, for lack of a better word, space food? I like whiting and cod. In Clearwater, my favorite was the grouper. And the restaurants would get it directly from the fishermen. So they weren't injected with anything yet. But when you go to the grocery store, I'm pretty confident they're all going to be hormone injected and shit, unfortunately. Tilapia is a man-made fish. Really? Okay, that makes sense. It's fake. Go figure. Puffs, fish, but make sure you have a good chief. Nippinator likes salmon, by the way. He likes fish. In fact, isn't that what I ate last night? Yeah, I think I ordered salmon last night from a Argentine restaurant, and Nippinator was eating it with me. Grouper is good. Yeah, grouper is amazing. In Clearwater, there's some of those restaurants on the water. Fantastic, thick grouper, so good. And then they season it, the spicy seasoning, so amazing. I missed those grouper sandwiches and grouper fillets. Yes, grouper and mahi. And another really good fish that I would only end up getting at very high-end restaurants is sea bass. When sea bass is cooked right, fucking delicious. A great fish, sea bass. Subscribe to #1 Bitcoin music channel, Chandy. Mahi is great as well. Is it accurate? Is mahi a baby dolphin? That's what they used to tell me. I don't know how true it is. That's something I learned when I was a kid. They're like, the mahi's a baby dolphin. I'm like, oh shit, I want to eat the baby dolphin. But I don't know if that's just bullshit. Let me know. You should take pics when he is eating the salmon, so cool, and post it. Who are you referring to? I used to back in the day. Like, I have a health fitness group on Facebook. It's no longer active. But when I went through my fitness journey, I documented every fucking meal with photos. But then it become burdensome because I did it so often. I couldn't enjoy my food. So I got to take a picture before I can eat. I'm starving. Oh, let me take a picture and post it in my group. And I was just doing it really for the love of the game, to knowledge other people. But then it's like become too much. And then I just took a break from it and never went back to doing it. Wasn't monetizing it. It was just like a passion of mine, my fitness journey. Fish are full of mercury. That's my understanding as well. That's why my understanding is if you're eating fish more than once a week, you're probably going to have a high toxic level of mercury like I used to have when I used to eat fish too often. I was also told mahi is a type of dolphin. Oracle says no, so it's not. It's a different species altogether. Nipsey eats a salmon. Post it. Yeah, he loves salmon. Dogs love salmon. I grew up eating fresh fish. Same here. Anytime I lived on the water, of course. My bride and I are going to Puerto Rico. I'm going to try the grouper. I'm not saying I don't even know any restaurants that serve grouper here. There's probably some very nice restaurants that do. So it's not a common fish here. When I used to eat grouper all the time, it was in Clearwater, Florida. All the restaurants on the water have grouper. And when I'd go out on the boat, I used to belong to the Freedom Boat Club. I'd always stop by, dock the boat, get a grouper sandwich. Fucking delicious. But no, I don't think I've ever had grouper in Puerto Rico. So they have salmon everywhere, and I'm 100% confident it's farm raised and artificially dyed. You're not going to find fresh fish unless you're buying it directly from the fishermen, which you could do. I used to do it when I lived back in Palmas. That we'd hook it up. We'd go link up with the fishermen and buy fish directly before it got tainted. I grew up catching and eating my own fish. Mahi is called a dolphin fish, not a dolphin, though. Good to note, Oracle. I trust your advice. Grouper sounds like a social fish. It's a grouper. I caught me a grouper, not dolphin. I'd eat any fish in New Zealand or parts of Australia. My town is a fishing village from ocean to the fishing co-op. Best fish and chips when I still ate fish. Right on, Adam. Catfish. I never liked the catfish. I've had it many times, not many times, but whenever I've ordered it in Clearwater, I just wasn't a big fan. And maybe because of the name throws me off. I don't know. But I was never a fan of the catfish. Maybe I think I'm eating a cat. I don't fucking know. But not my favorite. My favorite was always the group in Clearwater, always the grouper. The grouper, again, sea bass. You go to a nice restaurant, sea bass is fucking delicious as well. Grouper, fellow rockfish everywhere, dolphin fish. I cheated. I looked it up. It's all good, Nelson. You're allowed to look it up here. But anyways, fam, it looks like the top of the hour is here. Thank you for kicking it with your boy. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Note, early stream this week starting tomorrow, Monday through Thursday, 1 p.m. And not till Friday will we go back to 4 p.m., so make a note of it. And I appreciate it. Gabba Gabba, hey. What up, Digital Bobby? Bobby Digi. I love eating the catfish as Oracle. When I was a kid, my grandmother used to cook the catfish. The most nasty fish that people eat from freshwater is a carp. I'm not even familiar with that one. Come on, that was funny. Groupers and the rockin' fish. JB and Vam, have a great day. Thank you guys. Make it a fantastical day. It's time to go sun our balls, get some vitamin D3 with the Nibinator. Thank you for tuning in. 90,000 Amara. Send it. We'll hit the gong for that. And I wish everyone a fantastic rest of your Sunday. Make it a great one. Talk soon. Deuces.
Bitcoin glow, stack it up, let it show. Price discovery, patience, game on, let's go. Biddy up, Roger out.